As we just said, our object here is to close down the opening of the register tube here, the register key pad, so that it'll provide more resistance. Well, there are two ways to do this. The first way is simply by bending this lever down, and the best way to do that is to take a screwdriver of some kind and slip it in to this side of the post, not that side, but this side of the post, so that the upper part of the lever is being given some support. And then you're going to want to push down, or you can use a rawhide mallet to tap this down to close the gap. Now let's say you go too far with that. Now the register key doesn't open very much at all. Well, the way you solve that problem is by taking a pad slick or a disposable kitchen knife, sliding it under the lever, taking your screwdriver, putting it under the register key above the posts here, and then by lifting up, then you can restore the gap here and increase the amount of opening. But let's say that you want to decrease the amount of opening, but you really like the way the register key lever feels in relationship to the thumb. Well, how do you do that exactly? Well, the solution is very simple. You take a little item like this. This is a common leather punch. And get yourself some adhesive felt you can get at some Hobby Lobby store or in any hobby store. And take a little disc of felt, punch it out. It's legal to punch it out with a leather punch. And then put it on a little needle like this. Slip it under the lever and press down. And that will, of course, add cushion and silencing here under the lever, and will also at the same time change this gap without changing the relationship of the lever and the thumb. So those are the two main ways that you can adjust the register key opening. One to preserve the relationship, the other to change the relationship, and you have to make that choice yourself. The important thing is that we get this gap reduced to give the adequate resistance. And once we do that, we're going to have going to go a long way to eliminating the grunting problems, but we're going to create a few other things that are not insurmountable problems. So let's talk about how to solve what those are and how to solve those. So exactly what are those problems? The problems with closing the register tube down are primarily problems of noise, and they manifest themselves. They actually have one cause, but they manifest themselves in two places. First, you can get a buzzy and hissy a throat B flat that is worse than before, and you can also get a very fuzzy sounding B natural. Now a lot of people have that buzzy fuzzy B natural and they think there's some problem with the clarinet down in the right hand, but it's not true. The only tone hole open when you play B natural, bell B natural, is this register tube, and if the register key pad is very close to it and has very sharp edges like you find on many cork pads, then you're really going to get a lot of hiss and a lot of noise out of here, and you're going to think the problem is the B, but it's not. The problem is right up here. Well, the solutions are, first of all, you've got to get the sharp edges off that cork pad. So take the key off the clarinet and take some sandpaper and round the shape of the pad so that it's rounded like a dome instead of squared out. And so just go all the way around and reduce the amount of mass on the outer edges, and that's going to reduce the resistance and the noise making that sharp edges always cause on clarinets. The other thing you can do is when you play bell B natural on almost any B flat clarinet, soprano clarinet anyway, is to vent and open the throat A key, making sure you keep this finger down. That's going to improve the quality, the response, the clarity, and the resonance of the B natural without changing the pitch very much. So that's a very good habit to get into when you play B natural, is to vent that throat A key, especially when the B natural is sustained or you need quick, secure response, and you don't want to bang the keys. You don't ever want to bang the keys. It's kind of Neanderthal way of playing a clarinet. So anyway, those are some of the ways that you can solve it. The pad, and then proper fingering on a B natural. And then, of course, when you play B flat, you've got to keep your integrity in terms of your tone production. The better balanced your reed is, the clearer that B flat's going to be. and you can always use those resonance fingerings that professional clarinet players routinely do all the time, use all the time. And if you want to really improve your clarinet playing, you need to get this to be habitual yourself. So those are some of the ways that you can solve any, say, additional collateral issues that might result from closing this register key down. I will say that this is not a completely satisfactory solution. The ultimate solution would be to get a clarinet that is quite well designed acoustically, and this minimizes or completely eliminates the problem altogether. But if you have one of these clarinets that is uneven, has too little working resistance for the upper clarion pitches, you can, in a sense, you can solve this problem to a very practical degree by doing some of the things I mentioned. A final thing would be to take the register tube off, or the register key off, and to have a hole drilled in the pad, and then a spike. You can make a spike out of something as simple as a toothpick, a spike out of the center of the pad, so that when you open the pad, the spike continues to protrude down into the register tube, and that will also help eliminate the undertoning. So those are the various methods that you can use. If you feel very daring and confident yourself, you can try that spike yourself, or you can send the clarinet or take the clarinet to someone who is quite a good repair tech and have them make the spike for you. And that would be just really the final solution to help, say, get the best of both worlds out of that register tube. I think that'll be helpful to many of you. Again, if you tried these things, it's on you. We're not going to take responsibility for you messing your own clarinet up. We simply want to share these ideas with you. If you feel confident you can solve much of it yourself, go right ahead and do it. Let me recommend that you practice on, say, an old pawn shop clarinet. But if you feel confident you can do it, then go ahead and do it. If not, then take it to someone who's very competent and explain to him or her exactly what you want and have them do it. In the meantime, I'm going to be preparing a mouthpiece video. I'm going to be preparing more dumb ideas for the clarinet. It's just a matter of getting the time to do it here. We get pretty busy. If you get a chance, drop by our website, take a look at our instruments, and take a look at some of our other products. We've got the best doggone cork grease in the world on our website, and that's reason enough. I don't know about you, but for years I looked for a great cork grease, but we really found it, and we have it on our website. Let's see what else. I think that's about it. Thanks for subscribing. For those of you who have, there's a little yellow button. Please press it, and you'll get notification of all our videos as they come out, and we hope they're helpful to you. And with that, I'll see you next time.